Now we are going to see how to implement DLL injection and how to inject a DLL into a running application. So let's create a DLL project first. Open your Visual Studio and create a new project. Let's create a kind of virus that will irritate the user to kill the application, and just select DLL here, and I'm not going to create an empty project because I will be needing the pre-compiled headers here. So I'll show you why I need this. In the DLL main, I will have DLL process attached. It means when my DLL is loaded and it is attached to a process, this will get called and my call will come to DLL process attached. So let's write an infinite loop, and in this let's show a message box to the user to irritate him, and until and unless he will quit the application to which this DLL is attached, he will keep seeing the message boxes. You can do many things. You can make some noise, irritating noise using beep, and many things you can do. So I'm just showing a message box here. So the handle and the text, whatever message I want to show. Um, and now let's build this project. Uh, I'll be getting a DLL file. That DLL file I will be injecting now. CUFF error. Okay. So I have got a DLL here at this location, virus.dll. So let's copy this DLL and let's paste it on the desktop for the shortcut. And now I have the application project ready. Um, I will show you stepwise what I have done here. You will find these two projects in the comment section below. I will give you the link where I've uploaded, and you can free download the application as well as the DLL project. Uh, so as I told you in my previous tutorial, as I explained you in the theory part, that we have basically 4 steps to achieve DLL injection. The first step is to attach to the process. For that we need open process function. The next is to allocate a memory into the process. For that we need virtual allocx. Then the third thing is to write the DLL path into the allocated memory. For that we have a function called write process memory, and then we are going to create a remote thread which requires a parameter called a start routine, and we are giving the load library a proc address here. uh, so similarly, the very first thing I'm doing here, when I'm telling an open process and I say process all access, it means it will give you all kinds of access. So in the previous tutorial I showed you a lot of flags like process create remote thread, VM read, VM write. So this process all access will contain the default uh, access that you can be able to need in your handle. So this will give you all kind of access. You can create a thread, you can read, you can write, you can do anything. You can write to process memory, all that you can do. So using this I am going to attach to the process, and this is a PID. This PID I will be passing from my main function. I will show you how I have got the PID also. So well, for the DLL injection, the first process is to open the process, to attach to the process. Now let's get the length of the DLL path. uh, Before that, before writing to the process memory, I am going to allocate a memory into the victim application. So using virtual allocx, I am going to allocate a memory, and it will give me the remote memory address. So to that remote memory I am writing the DLL path there. So that will be written to this remote memory, the DLL path, and Next I will be getting the load library A address that I already showed you. It is in kernel32.dll. So after getting the module handle, I'm getting the proc address of load library. So this load library address I am using it is in create remote thread as a parameter. So when I say this, it will create a remote thread and it will execute the application with the injector DLL. Let's go to our main. Um, in our main I have a lot of things. This will be getting the process ID by name, and this is used to get the process ID, that is you will get the PID. So you need to pass the name here, and now let's run it and see how it is happening here. So this is the most important part. This part I explained in the PowerPoint presentation in the previous tutorial, and I will explain you how is it working. Now let's run this. So please enter the victim process name where you want to inject the DLL. So let's inject my DLL to notepad plus plus. Okay, the process is not running. So as I told you, you need a process to be a running process. So let's run notepad plus plus first, and as you can see, it is a 32-bit application. You will get a star 32. It means it's a 32-bit application. When you see notepad, then notepad is 64-bit. It's not mentioning anything. It means it is the same bit as your OS, so it is 64-bit. So to 64-bit, if I will try to inject, it will give you error code 5, that is privileges is not there. So you won't be able to inject from 32-bit application to 64-bit application like notepad. For that you need to create a 64-bit application. I'll tell you how to create a 64-bit application also. Uh, if you want to create a 64-bit application, just go to properties, and then you will be having configuration manager. In configuration manager you need to add a new configuration. Just write x64 here and create new project configuration. So just say close, and here you need to change it to 64-bit. So right now I don't want to do that. I am happy with my 32-bit itself. Okay, so let's give the next thing. So let's attach it to notepad plus plus. Now please enter the DLL name to be injected. So my DLL name is virus. So let's write down virus virus. Okay, and now it asks me where your virus is located. So it is on the desktop. Select desktop and press OK. Now I've got it here. So the very first thing I'll be attaching to the process. The PID is 6572. As you can see, for notepad plus plus it's 6572, and I will be attaching to that process. So I got the handle to that process. Now the DLL path is on the desktop. So to get the size, I will be getting the size, and let's allocate a memory, virtual memory, into that application, into the notepad plus plus with this PID mem commit, and now I got the remote memory where it is allocated. Next I'm going to write to that process memory the DLL path. So after writing, I will be getting the load library A address, proc address. So this is the starting. I'll be using this as a starting address, and I'll be creating a remote thread there. After I do so, you will see injection succeeded. It means now you can see two kind of icons here. And then if you click notepad here down, you will be seeing that it is attached to the notepad, and it will show you that the system is infected. Okay, I will show you how it is. So now let's quit my injectee application. So this is the injectee. I'm going to quit this. Now also it says that your system is infected. So until and unless you quit Notepad, it will keep coming. And now let's try to delete this DLL. So this DLL, we know that it is attached to my Notepad. So let's try to delete this and see what happens. It says the action cannot be completed because the file is open in Notepad++. So it means that my injection is successful and the DLL is attached to my Notepad++. So you will not be able to delete this DLL because it is attached to a process. So until and unless I close my Notepad, it will keep showing this message box. So let's quit my message box. Let's quit my Notepad++ and process, and this message box will also be quitted with this. So both the things went off together. So in this way you can achieve the DLL injection with any application. You can download the project in the given link below. You can find it in the comments, and if you find it useful, please leave comments. Thanks for watching.